Hello, my name is Kate Marshall. The name of this channel is called Inked Paper Art. Today is day 35 of 365 days of junk journal ideas. We're going to make a cute ephemera piece today using 2 envelopes. So you're going to want 2 envelopes that are the same size, same envelope. And the most important thing is a pointed flap. You want this large pointed flap over here, not one of the business envelopes or something smaller. You could adapt it to make it work, but this one specifically looks best with the pointed envelopes. You could use junk mail. They don't have to be coffee dyed. You could use regular white envelopes. I just happen to have the coffee dyed ones ready to go, so we're going to use those. So 2 envelopes that are the same with the pointed flaps. I'm using one sheet of 8.5 by 11 printed digital on cardstock. Mine has a pretty rose pattern on one side and the coffee dyed pattern on the back. This might be listed in Etsy. Both of these digitals might be listed in Etsy by the time this video airs. I'm not sure. I'll try. And so there's that. And then I also have, and I did list these in Etsy. These are my French children postcards digital. So this I just listed in Etsy this morning. You get a selection of beautiful children photograph postcards. These are from France around 1910, 1915. And these were real photographs. The way that these worked is the parents would take the children into the photography studio and they would have their actual picture taken after they got all dressed up with all these props and everything. And they would have it made into a postcard to send to someone or just to have. And so I've chosen some of my favorite postcards. You can see they're very beautiful. They came out beautiful as digitals. And so you're going to get these. There is one sheet of them that is significantly lighter. I just love this little girl with her baskets of roses. Super cute. And the flowers here. He's got doves. So cute. Anyway, you get 4 pages of images. So there's 16 total postcard fronts and 1 page of postcard backs. It's a super cute digital. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I have loved using it so far. So we're going to use it today. So there's that. Let's go ahead and construct our envelope. I have cut out this guy here and this back. So this is the 2 that I'm using for this project. You can use whatever ones you want to use. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my envelopes together where the points of the flaps meet. And you can decide how far you want it in or out. I like to keep it to where it folds over and meets about where the envelopes are. So eventually we're going to fold all 3 together like this. So just make sure when you attach your 2 flaps that you allow whatever size envelope you're using to fold closed without running into each other. It'll make more sense as I do it, but for now, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put some glue here and we're going to hope for the best. And so I'm going to put them together, just kind of eyeballing it. You do want them straight. And so from there, I'm just going to make my adjustment. And that's perfect. So I pushed it down and glued it. And now they're attached together. I'm going to just tighten up this glue right here by adding a little bit out here at the very, very tip. There we go. So they're all glued down, completely shut now. Good. Perfect. The next thing we want to do is we want to decorate the front or the back. So let's go ahead and put our postcard. We're going to close it like this. So let's put our front postcard on the front here. Now you could use some book page or something to back behind this. I think I will use some book page. I should have some rag paper book page over here. So I'm just going to tear out a book page. Looks like that one's already partially torn out for me. So that should work. And then I'm just going to line it up and glue stick it on. And I'm just adding a little bit. My envelopes are a different size than my postcards. So I'm just adding a little bit of, layering decoration to the backside back here. This is Uhu glue stick. It's permanent. It's my favorite glue stick, and I have really good results with it. So I've glued the whole entire thing, even though I did not need necessarily that much. And I'm just going to lay my book page on. I'm going to hold it up to the light, which is on my table, and just kind of straighten up my text and get it on there. That's pretty good. And then from there, I'm going to turn it around and cut off the excess. You could wait for it to dry and you could tear it and it would give you a rough torn edge. I don't really mind the little bit of straightness. My envelopes are straight anyway, so that's good. Trim off the excess, not cutting into your envelope. And I've got my envelopes layered up, so they shifted a little tiny bit there. There we go. And then we're going to glue our postcard down. And then I would like to add a little something over the postcard to just kind of continue with that layering. So then there's my postcard. I'm going to ink the edges of this postcard just because it's printed on 32-pound paper and I don't want to have the white edges. So this is what it's going to look like. I love it. I think it's super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that one down. Now for that one, I do want my glue paper. And I'm going to glue stick it. This is a super cute piece of ephemera when it's done. I think you guys can see where I'm going. We'll see. I don't know what I'm calling it or what it was called. I have no idea. I didn't get that far watching anything. So just going to glue that on there roughly where I think I want it. I want it a little higher than I do low. Just positioning and evening out everything. I love glue stick, how you can move it. So there's that. That's on there. Okay. From there, I'm going to leave this side for now. We will come back and add some more layers. So that's our front. Now you can see I'm going to need to do a little trimming. The reason why is because I trimmed it with all the envelopes close together. Don't worry about that. I'll trim it in just a second. And then from there, we have this. This is our back side front. So this one is where you would put your back of your envelope. You don't have to put a back of an envelope, a back of a postcard. You don't have to put that there. You could put anything else you wanted to put there. You could add a pocket. I'm going to keep it up high and then add a little bit of collage down here. So again, I'm going to ink this. And this, again, I printed on 32-pound paper. It's really, really nice, strong paper. It's my new favorite paper. You guys know I had an old favorite. This is my new one. And so let me glue that on, and then we'll get some layers going on this guy too. I'm going to clean up this glue stick. I've got a mess going there with it. I hope you guys are having a good day. When this video airs, it will be, what will it be? Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday. And so this Tuesday, I will probably have a very small, short live sale. Normally I have a very large live sale. This Tuesday, I think I'm going to have just a small one. We'll see how the day goes. So I have some updates for you guys. So there's that. Glued the postcard back on that. And then I'm going to come in and add a little bit more collaging there in a minute. Now let's go ahead and strengthen this up. So what we need to do here is we need to cut our cardstock to fit this space. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and then we will make some cuts after that. And so I know, it's probably 3.5 maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see where we went with 3.5. 3.5 is actually pretty good. I think I could have went just a little bit bigger, but I think I'm going to go with that. So there's 3.5. And then I'm going to glue this on. Now I want to ink around it first. So you can see it's really long. I'm going to cut off the excess here in a second. I didn't want to have to go through the whole thing of measuring and all that. So there's that. The way that this piece gets glued on is the pretty side goes down. The pretty side goes down, and you only glue the edges. Okay. So for that, add your glue just as I'm adding it here, just on the inside of your fold of your envelope flap. I've left some space to accommodate for my piece being just slightly smaller. I've left like 1/4 inch or so, so I added it down both sides. And I'm just going to put my piece, do I care where? Not really. And I put my piece of cardstock in there. There we go. And I've just kind of split the difference and lined that all up. And there's that. So now we have some nice coffee dyed writing space on the inside. Next, before I move on, I'm going to do a little bit of trimming. Then we're going to do a little more decorating. And then I'll show you how this guy works. So we're going to turn it over and we're going to cut off this excess right here. And this little excess could actually be a little pocket in there. I like that. I got a little overhang right here. Before I can trim that overhang, I got to trim this overhang right there. There we go. A little bit more. Yep. A little bit more. I'm not cutting into any of my envelopes. I'm just cutting the excess paper from around the edge. And then on the inside, I want to add a pocket. So now everything is trimmed. We have some extra cardstock there that we can play with. So this is the way I've got it so far. It's looking pretty good. I'm really liking it. On the back side, you have a space that a piece of ephemera can fit down in. That's why we only glued, if I can get that to go in that little corner over there. The back side right here is open. So this slides all the way down. So we only attached our envelopes here and we glued our cardstock all the way over to the edge here so that a tag or something else, journal card, can fit down in there. So that part is done, other than you could decorate over that. We need to do a little more collaging here, and I want to add some more collaging here and some pockets in here. We have this little piece of cardstock left over. I am going to add it as a little pocket right there. I think it's cute. One of the benefits of not measuring all of your pieces ahead of time and making everything perfect is you end up with some cute little scraps. And sometimes seeing the shape of those little scraps is what prompts your brain to say, oh, let's add a pocket right there. Because I wasn't planning on using this cardstock for a pocket right there necessarily, but when the little extra piece is there, it's just too easy to not do it. So there we go. We've glued 3 sides of this little pocket up. And we're going to add it there. And we still have writing space there. You didn't have to add a pocket. I could have added this pocket somewhere else. But there's that one. And he's going to go right there and match up with my cardstock. Oops. Wet glue. There we go. Okay, so there's that one, little pocket there. Now we have these envelopes. And the reason why I used envelopes for this is they're pockets, right? So you've got 2 big side pockets over here to hold ephemera. But you could also add in a little tag or some other kind of, notebook or some other writing space in here. But we can decorate these too. We don't have to leave them plain. Let me see where we're at time-wise. Okay, let's see what we can do. So from here, let's finish our collaging so that we can call that good. I need another book page. I would like some handwriting. I don't know if I will find it in the time we have, but I really would like some handwriting too. So we've done book page here. Let me add book page here. And the way I'm going to add that is just to kind of tear it at an angle. And we're going to add it right there. Yeah, right through there. That'll be great. Okay, and then I'll probably end up adding a pocket here. Now, I do want to do a little bit of inking on this tear, just ever so slightly to make that show. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And so I'm going to glue on my back side of my book page. We'll mostly have it done. We won't have ephemera in it yet, but we'll mostly have it done. So there's that. Chunks of glue. And then this guy gets glued here. And I just covered that whole flap with something that I liked, envelope. I keep saying envelope. Postcard backing is always good. And so let me trim off this excess real quick, just so we can see where we are. And then I'm going to add a little washi to the front one to go over top of where we've got book page collaged. So there's that. Got scraps and scraps everywhere. So this is what this looks like. I love it. That's what that looks like. Let's add a little bit of washi tape. Let me see what kind of washi tape I have. So I never use my washi tape, never ever use my washi tape. And I have like mostly vintage looking washi tape. There's some that look like handwriting here. Let me see if we could use, maybe I have music paper. I hate using washi tape, to be all honest with you. It's just not my favorite thing. I just never really, like, I bought some, but I never really got into it. Okay, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and do it. So let's use this kind of blue book page kind of looking. It's like dictionary or something. Let's use some of that, if it will open. Okay, so I'll take some of that. And then I usually add a little bit of glue stick. I don't have to cover the whole entire space where I'm going to use my washi, but I do try to add a little bit of glue underneath there because the washi glue, it does dry out over time. So I added a little bit of washi there. And I like the blue. That's good. I think we should add maybe a little bit in here also. Let's go for it. Let's add a little bit there too. You can pull it through. It gets so messy on your finger. I don't like to do it that way anymore. I'm just going to add a little bit down here at the bottom and straighten that up. And we've got washi down there. It's crooked. And then from there, we can add a little bit of other blue decoration. It's sticking everywhere. Goodness. Okay, so there's that. I got washi bits everywhere on my fingers. There's that guy. Okay, let's add a little something down here. Maybe a little label would be cute, or a ticket. What do I have? Quickly. I didn't plan for that. Here's a little blue ticket. Don't like that one. A postcard stamp would have been really nice up there. Maybe that's what we need. So let me find a postcard stamp. I mean, this one is on paper, but it is blue. Maybe we put that down there. I kind of like it up here as a little collage. Let's do it. So we're going to do that, and then I will find a little label for down there. So these ones are actually from paper. It goes this way. Actually from like old envelopes and things like that. And so I just trimmed that off. Okay, let's see what else we can do quick. We got about a minute. Well, I guess I could add pockets to the inside if I wanted. I could have added a pocket right here. I left it plain because I think I want to do a little decorating there, like adding a botanical flower right through here. I think that would be cute. But this is what we ended up with. We ended up with a little postcard envelope folio, if you will. There's a pocket here where you can add ephemera. So you could add like little kind of language cards or something. You could add something like that. You've got two really nice big side pockets where you could add things like this. And if I was going to add something small like this, I would just add a little tab on it so that you could pull it out. But you've got one of these on either side like this. And then you fold it all up and you've got something back here where if you wanted to fold up like an old document or coffee dyed paper or something like that, it slides in right down the center like that. And so it's a cute little idea. I think I will play with it a little bit more, and I will maybe show you the final one of these whenever we make the blue journals. But I think it's cute, and I think it's a great idea. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys back here again tomorrow. Bye.